Hey everyone, it's Fitz with your daily delivery. I hope you're doing well. I am quite good. This one might get a little long, windy, confusing. I don't know. Look, I don't script these things out. I take a topic, I do a little research, I try to remember that research. I often screw up that research because my memory, because of my treatments, is complete trash. But today it's going to get a little long, and I'm going to say some things that honestly will make some of you mad, and it'll confuse a lot of you, I guess. I don't know how to explain your emotions, but I know there'll be some blowback. And as I said, I don't know where this one's going to end up, but here we go with your reminder to please subscribe to this YouTube channel, hit the thumbs up, and leave those comments. I don't think I need to tell you to do that because there will be plenty. As many of you know, I have stage 4 metastatic prostate cancer, and my diagnosis is rather grim. I don't really try to read into that too much. I'm just living day by day. And I was diagnosed in 2018. Before that, I had never smoked or taken any form of marijuana. I just didn't need it. I was a drinker. Why did I need that stuff? And so once I was diagnosed, I knew that cancer patients had found a lot of relief with THC. And I'm not claiming a cure, although there's been some studies and some things that have gone on that are very interesting that I see why pharmaceutical companies don't want the research done. But that's not why weed is at the core really valuable to cancer patients. You can't really understand the journey unless you go through it. And I know that now. And it's more of a mental journey than physical. You get to see all the physical changes, but inside it eats at you. You've got this thing growing in you. You don't know where it's at. You don't know how advanced it is. You don't know how aggressive it is. You don't know if it's spreading everywhere or just contained because your treatments are working. It's a lot of stress. And with that, maybe radiation or chemo or anything else with prostate cancer, they turn off all your testosterone hormones, so you have a lot of muscle atrophy and you get a lot of aches and pains, a lot of uncomfortable times. And in 2018, some friends introduced me to THC gummies. In this case, they were caramels. They were awful. But I found immediate relief. I just returned from celebrating my 60th birthday in Las Vegas. And my friends noted the complete change in my ability to walk, my mood, the lack of stress, just the erasing of all the discomforts I have, whether mental or physical, when I took gummies in Vegas. Where am I going with this? I'm going a long way around to say this new bill that the House and Senate in Kansas have passed, and Governor Laura Kelly will surely sign, to fund 75% of the new stadiums for the Chiefs and Royals, are explosive political things. I've had some people tell me that what they're talking about with economics, say this is folly. This is a bad idea. My thought is that this is an opportunity, literally once ever, probably, I don't want to even say lifetime, ever, for Kansas to capture professional sports at the major league level. Not soccer, and no offense to soccer or any other sport, but NFL, Major League Baseball coming to Kansas changes the entire, maybe, opinion and view of outsiders. But the bill to do this loads up a lot of things in star bonds. It gets really confusing, but I'll just say people that know these things believe that the way they're funding it won't get it done. And I come back to this. Missouri's passed marijuana, and marijuana sales, period, not just for medical. Excuse me, I'm fighting a cold. And there's been great success with that. I mean, they're raising money like crazy, and people from Kansas are paying Missouri taxes by going across the border. Kansas has legalized gambling, which Missouri doesn't, so it's kind of a trade-off. I propose this. The state of Kansas is falling way behind on this, and tax dollars are bleeding across the borders like crazy. The modern-day prohibition doesn't work as the first prohibition did. Eventually, common citizens came to realize people are still doing it. Why don't we get tax dollars on it? Well, it's come time for Kansas to really sit down and have a conversation, even with those political leaders that seem to block any progress of bringing medical marijuana at the very least to the state of Kansas. They're basically telling people like me, I don't give a crap that you're in pain or you're stressed. I'm going to just say, suck it. And okay, I know that's where you stand. That's cool. But now you're messing with the funding of the entire state by passing this bill. Maybe you should consider legalizing marijuana and using some of that tax revenue to help pay for these stadiums. Because I'm in favor of the stadiums, I'm just worried about the financing of it. I want it to be done responsibly. And while we're at it, why don't we go all in on sin? Why don't we open up that Legends Kansas City, Kansas district to more casinos? There was once a plan years ago to build a Hard Rock across on the south side of I-70 right across from the Speedway. I would be confident that Hard Rock planned to add a casino to that if they were allowed to. What if that entire district was developed with the concert venue at what is used to be Sandstone, the football, baseball stadium, casinos, auto racing? This is a unique opportunity for the state of Kansas, an amazing opportunity to redefine what this state's about. Maybe some of you don't like what that definition would be. But if you kept it contained to this area, how many tax dollars would pay for things in Kansas because folks from Missouri came across the border? Or folks coming to town for business or whatever no longer stayed in downtown Kansas City or somewhere else in Kansas City, but stayed in the Legends District where they could go see a ball game, maybe gamble a little bit, and kind of have a fun night out. And do it, I'm going to be blunt, in a safer environment. So that's my opinion. I see this as an opportunity to get my way. I think Kansas needs to legalize weed. I would prefer it all around, just make it legal, because people are using it. Prohibition didn't work once, and it's not working now. If you don't think people are using weed, even in western Kansas, they're growing it at the pivot. And if you don't know what that means, then you're not from western Kansas or familiar with irrigation. This was a long one. I hope you stuck with me. But I'm very happy that the Chiefs and Royals might be coming to Kansas. But now I expect Missouri to make a big counteroffer. They screwed this thing up royally, and now it's an opportunity for Kansas to steal the Chiefs and Royals. And I think Kansas needs to bolster its bid, make it better financed, understand exactly what they're doing. They're opening up an entire district to tourism, the type of tourism Kansas has never seen. And I'm all in on that.